San Jose Sharks forward William Eklund makes his third appearance on the show today.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, welcome to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. My name is JD Young, caretaker of the Reef, also the co-host of Western Conference Tuesdays on the Locked On NHL channel. I want to thank you for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. Proudly part of the Locked On Network. We cover your team every day. If you want to be an everydayer, all you have to do is just follow along wherever you get podcasts, or you can watch this on YouTube as well. And friend of the show, I think we can officially say friend of the show now after 3 appearances, William Eklund makes his return, where we talk about kind of the lessons from the first season in the NHL, how to deal with all the losing. We also talk about what Celebrini and Smith are going to be, bringing to the team. And then I talk about at the end why I think this is going to be the Eklund breakout season. So before we get to all that, do want to let you guys know that today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Make every moment more as the playoffs wind down. These sports stop sporting like we want them to, but this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. And now, making his annual return, William Eklund. How's it going, buddy?
Good. I'm all good. How you doing?
Not too bad. Can't complain. But it is 7 a.m. my time. I haven't had my coffee yet. But, time zones are a fun thing. So as I mentioned, it's become a yearly tradition with you coming on the show now here. And yeah, I'm sorry to do this to you once again. But
it's just fun to be in there.
Yes, I know you're going to be like a superstar in the NHL, and then you're going to get I got to go back on Locked On Sharks again every summer. It's going to be unfortunately, you're stuck with me now. So, all right, you completed your first full NHL season. What was the biggest thing you learned this year?
It's the biggest thing I learned was probably that it's a lot of it's a long season. It's a lot of ups and downs going through the season. It's from the start to the end. A lot of things happen too with trades and everything. You get completely different team from the start to the year to the end of the year. So it's just a thing you have to learn this year, and I think I will take with it in the future.
All right, this year, you played. I know being healthy for you was a big goal. You played 80 of 82 games, the second most of the team. What did it mean to kind of play a full season like that, especially coming off the shoulder surgery last year?
No, it's just, it's a big thing for me. Staying healthy, I was saying that the whole year. I think that's a big key for teams to get successful in the end, to have a healthy squad. And I wanted to be healthy. And so the guys see that I'm there in the lineup every night, because I wanted to, when you have your spot, you don't want to let anyone take it. So you want to be there every day and compete with everybody.
Zetterlund played all 82 games. Does he hold that against you?
He's letting you know, but I'll let him know this year. We'll go for it this year again.
All right, that's good. So last year, of course, was a tough season for the Sharks, right? They ended up getting the first overall pick. They had the most losses, et cetera, et cetera. How do you compartmentalize focusing on the positives, especially with so much losing?
It was tough from times to times, not getting wins, and obviously that locker room wants some more wins, and the whole team wants some more wins. So I could see that the fighting spirit in the whole group. It's not easy to overcome that thing when you lose that much and still keep the group together, and that's the thing that I'm gonna take with me from this year. We kept it together and didn't lose the group, I feel like, and yeah, that's something that we learned this year.
Can I get into some of your personal stuff? You did lead the team with 5 game-winning goals. Is the clutch factor underrated with William Eklund?
Yeah, yes, but yeah, it's sometimes you get those goals, and you have to happy if you score those goals, and I'm even gonna do everything to make my team win.
Of course, you did have the hat trick on hat trick day. Oh no, on hat day. How
Yeah,
special was that day?
yeah, it was crazy. I'm looking at it sometimes, even today, and it's just a big moment for me and my family, and to get that stuff happen, it's yeah, and get the win too. So it was nice.
You have the hat, the one that was it Bordelot who threw the hat on you? Who threw the hat on you?
Yeah, I think it was Bordeaux, and yeah, I still got it at home, so it's on the wall at home.
Of course, Devin Cooley also got that was his first NHL win. So it was kind of a really nice moment for a guy like Cooley who's kind of battled and kind of to fight his way into the NHL and stuff. Like how just kind of sharing that moment with him.
Yeah, it was cool. I knew the situation. I knew everything coming into San Jose when he came there, and we talked a little bit about it. So it was just cool for both of us to have that, have the thing, and of course for him to get that first win, it's special.
When you were going down the side, like in overtime, you're on the left side there. Were you like, I'm shooting this no matter? There's no way I'm passing the puck here.
Yeah, I think I was like that because I got so much speed from my own soul. I remember because he was kind of pushing me in my back, so I got so much speed from him, and I just skidded all the way, and I saw like guy on it was like a 2-on-1, so I was I'm shooting this.
I'm shooting
So
this. There's no way. I already got two today. I can't not shoot this puck here.
yeah.
Okay. There was another game very early in the season when you guys played against the Islanders where you scored another overtime game winner. And this was a nice little play by Granlund where he kind of drops it off to you and sets the screen. And then you score with a couple seconds left. And there's a great photo of you with your tongue out and like everybody kind of, but was that kind of the moment where things were kind of clicked for you? Where you're like, okay, like I'm an NHL player now?
Yeah, I think it's been like that for me every level I've taken. In some games I need to adjust to the new level, and I feel like my game was way better after Christmas than before Christmas, and around that time I think I kind of switched my game up, and I think I kind of it went better and better. So yeah, I would say that's one of those, I don't know what you say, turning point games, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would say that.
All right. Also, I think another kind of big game was the game against the Senators right after the trade deadline, right? Duclair gets traded, Tomas Hertl gets traded. Like the franchise, a lot of fans kind of felt like it was a really dark period of the franchise. And then Bordelot scores 2 goals, and you were a big impact in that game. How important was that game to kind of maybe tell the fans like, hey, the future guys, it's going to be much better, I promise you.
Yeah, especially like you said, I think for our fans, it's just big. We needed to get that win. It was a real dark period for the whole team too. Losing, Declare, Hurdle, pretty big names that you lose like overnight. So, of course, that game was a big game for us too, and I feel like we kind of had to let them know that we're trying to build something here.
Yeah. You played center last year for the Sharks for a little bit. What's your thoughts on playing center versus wing?
I feel like it's different. I feel like I feel like that's something I can do if the coach need me to do it. I feel like I can play on the right wing and left wing. I think it's good to have to be able to play this different positions because in the game you might switch it up. You down a goal a few, you might switch it up, or
Mhm.
some guys are hurt and you gotta step into that role. So I was just trying to get that role and trying to adapt as fast as I can.
Did they tell you like they want you to kind of play wing this center, or they just kind of you're gonna see how it goes at training camp?
I don't know. I'm not so sure right now. We'll see when I get there. But yeah, I'm feel like I'm good, comfortable in both.
Okay. Last year, of course, at the end of the season, we had the Lund line with you, Zetterlund, and Granlund. What made that line work so well?
I think it's fast thinking guys. I feel like all of us just thinks hockey good, and we all want to play with the puck. We don't want to dump it too much and that stuff. We want to play with the puck, and obviously set a dog. He has a good shot. So and Granny, he's just a great playmaker. So playing with those two guys, it was pretty easy to play hockey.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, I think were the engine for the Sharks at the end of the season there. And I think you were playing some of your best hockey playing with those guys there. You could definitely see. I know the production was there, but like you could just kind of that line worked really well. I think because of how you guys all played together. So it'll be interesting to see if that you guys are reunited going into this season, or if maybe they split you guys up with some of the new additions here. So. All right, guys, before we continue and we talk about Celebrini and Smith and their impact on the Sharks and kind of get to, learn about what Eklund did this summer, just need to take a quick break. We're driven by the search for better, but when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for candidates isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agreed Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. So, join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners to this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/lockedon. Just go to Indeed.com/lockedon right now. Support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/lockedon. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire. You need Indeed. Of course, the big news this offseason, right, for the Sharks was getting Macklin Celebrini and, of course, signing Will Smith. Have you kind of noticed, like, the buzz among the fans and, like, kind of, I don't want to say expectations, but there's definitely some energy around the franchise now, right?
Yeah, of course. You can tell. Just looking at Instagram and stuff like that, you can see everybody's buzzing, and of course it should be. I feel like it's gonna be a fun year. I feel like I'm getting those two guys now to sign to, and great guys, love to compete. So it's gonna be fun to see in training camp how we all shapes up.
Have you watched much of like Celebrini play before, or just like the highlights here and there?
Just little highlights and stuff. I haven't really watched. No, I didn't know too much, but the highlights looks good, so it's gonna be fun to see.
Yeah, especially I mean, when you realize he just turned 18 like a month ago, and he's already doing the stuff he's doing, it's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, that is crazy. He looks like a tremendous player, so it will be real fun.
Okay, Slippery Pete, Eklund approved nickname.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, like okay, like don't ask anymore. Or sure, like yeah, I like the nickname.
Yeah, I like it, Nathan. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah, I mean you're a very slippery player on the ice. I think it fits, right?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, I'll get you out here a couple more here. So you and Fabian Zetterlund have kind of become almost like brothers at this point. I know you've been training with him this offseason, hanging out with him. What's kind of gone, with his friendship that's kind of, blossomed over the past year?
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't know each other before this year, like at all.
Mhm.
But now we talk pretty much every day, talk about different stuff. He's a big competitor too, so we compete a lot, and we talk a lot about stuff around the team and stuff like that too, like what we think and what we like that stuff. And it's just good to have someone pretty similar situation as me, heading into this year. We both want to compete. We both want to win so much that we just love to focus on that and focus on the training and get better, both of us.
Kid, his six pack. Are you trying to get one just like that?
Impossible. Can't do that. It's
I think
impossible.
that guy is ripped, man. He is ripped, isn't he?
I've never seen that. Actually, never seen like that before. Nothing. It's insane.
All right. Also, the Sharks signed Alex Wenberg this offseason. I know he played with your dad, right? And then you've been training with him, or I know you mentioned that you guys have had some skates recently or setting up some skates. Did you know much about Wenberg? And more Swedes, the better, right?
Yeah, for sure. I like that. Yeah, we played against each other with each other on the skates too, like in the summers. And he's a great player, so it's just gonna be fun to get to know even more Swedes in San Jose. And yeah, it was real fun.
All right. Some of the other big news, of course, Ryan Warsofsky being hired as the head coach. I know Warsofsky, assistant coach. You worked with him on the penalty kill. What should Sharks fans kind of expect with Warsofsky?
A great competitor. I feel like he loves to win, and uh, you can see it last year too. He just loves to win and get us all on the same board. And he seems like a really really good coach, and I like what he did last year with us. And yeah, I'm looking forward to get the training camp and see what's going.
All right. Of course, your brother Victor. He's going through his draft process this season. I think he's playing in. He's doing some of the U20 stuff right now, I believe. All right, give us your training or your scouting report on Victor.
Scouting report on Victor. Yeah, he goes under your skin a little bit for sure. Like he's a great competitor. Like we compete so much, me and him, and I feel like he's a good on his edges. He thinks the game really really good, and he's a great shooter too. So he is biggest thing is he's the biggest competitor I ever met. So he has always competes.
The Sharks, of course, have 2 first-round picks this year. Are you going to be like, hey, Mike? Have you met my brother Victor?
Who knows? I don't know. Of course, I want to come here, but yeah, we'll see what's going on and how he's doing and everything. But it will be a fun year for sure for him and for me.
Are you going to be a little jealous of him because he's actually going to get the real draft experience, right? I assume you'll be there for his draft and everything, but he's going to get to go up on the stage, everything, and compared to when you got drafted, right? It was just a Zoom call. Going to be a little jealous, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Actually, I've seen a lot of my friends do that too. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool to watch, I feel like.
All right. Have you practiced your chirping this off season?
I'm sticking with the laugh. I feel like it's my thing more.
The laugh's good. I like the laugh. So yeah, definitely do that. All right. Best thing you did this off season?
Best thing I did this off season. I went to Spain with some friends and family. That was pretty nice. Just keep my minds off things and go for a vacation. It was really nice.
That's good. All right. When are you planning to head back to San Jose? Kind of beginning of September?
Yeah, early September or late August, somewhere there.
All right. I know it's coming fast, buddy. It's like a month away. All right.
Yeah.
Last question. Anything fun planned before the season? That last fun thing you do before the season starts?
Oh, we'll see. I don't know. Probably just getting down there to San Jose. With hanging out with maybe go for a Swede dinner right when I get there. We had a lot of Swedes now, so maybe go for a big Swede dinner and get things started.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. I'm sure we'll talk to you again next summer. Appreciate your time. Yeah. Best of luck this season, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, guys, before we continue and I explain why I think William Eklund breakout season is coming, we just need to take a quick break. I love sports. I love them so much. I never want them to stop. But as the playoffs wind down, we get fewer games and these sports aren't sporting like I want them to. But FanDuel lets me keep the sports going whenever I want. All I have to do is open up the app, dream up bets anytime I'm in the mood. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com to start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. All right, guys, before we finish this up, do want to, of course, thank you guys for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. For your second listen, go check out one of the other great Locked On shows. Of course, you have anything here in the Bay Area, Locked On Niners, getting you guys all geared up with training camp. You got Locked On Warriors with Steph Curry in the Summer Olympics, Locked On Giants, Locked On A's as the playoff races continue. So when you guys are done checking out this show, go check out one of the other great shows here at the Locked On Network. We cover your team every day. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed my conversation with William Eklund. But I think this is going to be the breakout season. Like we saw flashes of it last year, right? The clutch factor, right? 5 game-winning goals when the team won 19 games last year. Not a math guy, but that's over 25%. I think this is going to be the year that he's going to have that breakout season. And I think one of the big reasons why is the increase in organizational depth, especially at center, right? You go into last season with Hertl, Couture, Granlund, and Sturm, who's supposed to be your 4 centers down the middle. Of course, the Sharks played 0 games with all 4 of those guys in the lineup at the same time. This season, you go in with, here's your guys who can play center. Granlund, Wenberg, Celebrini, Will Smith, Logan Couture, if he's back. And then it's also you have Barclay Goodrow, Sturm. Like you're way more prepared in case injuries happen, and then you're not having to kind of throw guys into that role like Luke Cunnin last year. I just think the quality of talent, especially in the top 6, where you can mix and match much better. So if you want to put the Lund line together, if Wenberg, if Wenberg is playing as your 2C, and you have, or Macklin Celebrini is your 2C, you have Wenberg, you can play on the wing, Tyler Toffolo, you can play on the wing. Like you have, and if Logan Couture is healthy, like there's just so much more options for Ryan Warsofsky to be able to mix and match players instead of just kind of having to elevate guys kind of beyond their role. And I think Eklund is going to be the big beneficiary of that. Yes, Will Smith and Macklin Celebrini are going to be super fun to watch, and it's going to be great to watch those guys. But they're going to have their ups and downs as rookies, right? And especially as 18 and 19-year-old kids are going to have their ups and downs. Eklund, full season in the AHL, right? Full season in the NHL, turns 22. He knows now what it takes to be an everyday NHL player. And I just think the infusion of talent is going to have Eklund being the breakout player for the Sharks this season. And I think he's going to lead the team in points this year. Okay, maybe not goals, right? But I think William Eklund is going to lead the team in points. Yes, Mikael Granlund, who led the team in points last year, is going to continue to do Mikael Granlund things. But I think Granlund's also going to see his ice time go from 20 minutes a night down because, again, there's just more guys who can contribute now. You're right. You're going to have Celebrini, who's going to be playing top 6 minutes. And by the end of the season is probably going to be the 1C. You've got Wenberg. If Couture is healthy, they're going to be able to have more guys who can play penalty kill with Goodrow and Sturm and Grunstrom and like all these other guys, Ty Dellandrea. Mikael Granlund is going to continue to be good. I just think his time on ice is going to go down because he'll be able to kind of distribute those minutes. But for Eklund, who does play in all situations, right? And I think he'll continue to play on the penalty kill. He's going to play first team power play minutes, right? Even again with the added, but he's going to be, I think, the biggest beneficiary of all this talent added, because how often do we see William Eklund do cool stuff and then his line mates weren't able to kind of capitalize on it or take advantage of it? And I think he has players who are, one, skilled enough, and 2, I think, who have the hockey IQ to be able to read what he's doing and be able to react accordingly. I think Eklund's going to be the biggest beneficiary of it, and I think he's going to lead the team in points this year. Well, in the future, it's probably going to be Celebrini for the foreseeable future once he kind of gets established. But I think Eklund is in the perfect spot of the combination of increased talent, Celebrini, Smith, Tyler Toffoli, Wenberg, 4 big names right there. He's got 2 seasons now, kind of a professional hockey between the AHL and the NHL. He's been able to stay healthy. He knows exactly what he kind of needs to do to get his body ready. And I think he's seen, like, you can see the pictures of kind of when I've interviewed him, just like how much bigger he looks. I think Eklund is going to be in the perfect spot to kind of be the first guy to kind of make that jump for the Sharks. And then Celebrini and Smith aren't going to be far behind because of just how uberly skilled those guys are. But I think this is going to be that breakout season, and I wouldn't be surprised if that point total starts with a 7. If just because I think his scoring, I think, is going to continue to go up, but I think the assists you're going to just see a massive jump in the assists because he does such a great job of setting up his teammates. And I just think he's going to have the quality teammates around him who are going to be able to take advantage of when he sets them up. So I'm expecting a huge season out of William Eklund, and I think he is ready to kind of jump into that role and be that guy and have that breakout season and get talked about among the NHL's rising stars and just kind of, have that really big breakout season for San Jose. So that's going to be it for me today. Just as a reminder, we're now down to our off-season schedule. So we're doing 3 episodes a week. So we'll probably be sticking pretty close to a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday schedule. So still plenty of great stuff. We'll be back on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I think we're probably going to do our Leo Saldin Wallenius profile, a deep dive, look at his game tape and kind of the expectations for him going forward. So just like we've done with Dickinson and Igor Chernyshov, we'll be doing that with Leo Wallenius. I keep screwing up his name. Anyway, so that's going to be it. Make sure you guys are following wherever you get podcasts. And of course, you can watch on YouTube. Thanks again to William Eklund and the San Jose Sharks for making this happen. We'll be back on Wednesday. Also follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. That way you know when the new episodes are going to be coming out. So good time to follow along there. You can follow me on Twitter at myfryhole. Till Wednesday. Bye, friends.